Thursday. As you sit easy cross-legged or half lotus, full lotus. If you're tight in your hips, you want to sit on a block or a blanket. I'll bring the backs of your wrists to your knees and touch your first two fingers to your thumbs. And then close your eyes. Relax your jaw and your tongue. If you tend to let the base of your skull drop onto the top of your spine, could you change that? Could you lift the base of your skull off the top of your spine? Relax your jaw and your tongue. And as you press down with the outside edges of your feet, and you pull energy from your feet to your knees, to your hip sockets. Can you then lift up through your spine? Can you lift your ribs, the weight of your head away from your pelvic bones? So you narrow yourself in just a little bit. When you come to a new inhalation, open your eyes. I'll be your mirror image. Point your toes forward so you get your outer ankle bones off the ground. I'm going to have you bring your left hand to your right leg and your right hand comes around behind you. And if your left knee and hip went forward, pull it backward. It's a diagonal across the abdominals. So you're opening up your lower back. Your lower back and your hips are different places. And can you lift your rib cage and the weight of your head up? Keep your chin tucked in. Pull your left hip and knee backward. Then coming back around, we'll change sides. So you bring your right hand to your left leg. If your right knee and hip went forward, could you pull it backward? And lift up. So you're working, gravity's pulling down, and you're pushing down into gravity, but you're lifting yourself up. You're lightening your weight. You're lengthening your spine. If this right knee went forward, pull it backward. Deep in your throat. Alright, when you come back around, and then interlace your fingers, turn your palms away from your chest, and then bring your arms up. So from your tops of your thighs to your lower ribs, try not to push those forward. Last time we talked about the bandhas. You want to lift your chin, or lift your upper chest, lift the top of your breastbone, lift your collarbones. Long, slow breaths. Can you get your breath into your side ribs? And then bringing your face forward, coming back around. And roll your shoulders. All right, we're going to interlace the other finger in front. Push your hands away and come up. Can you get a straight line from the tops of your thighs to your armpits, to your elbows, to your wrists? Again, you want to lift your chest, lift your chin. So you want to lift the top of the breastbone. Not pushing the base of it forward, but lifting the entire thing. So again, you're defying gravity. You're using gravity. You're defying gravity. All right, and then coming out and around. All right, I'm going to put the other leg in front. We're going to come backwards. As you put your hands behind you with your fingers pointing towards your hips, can you lengthen your arms? Can you get these triceps? You got 3 at the back of each arm. Can you use those to help you hold yourself up, to lift yourself up, to create more internal space? So you're bringing the base of the breastbone, the lower ribs backward. Bring your front hip bones toward one another because you want to open up again. You want to open up your lower back. You don't want to close up into that space. So when you lift yourself up and you open it up, support the front side of the spine, those smooth round bones. You don't want to collapse these spinous processes together. You want to keep space there as well. And then inhale, you come back up. You're going to walk one hip at a time backward. Now turn your fingers backward, point your toes forward, your fingers backward. Again, you want your front hip bones to come toward one another. So this is opening up these iliac crest. The hip bones are coming away from the lower back. And at the end, tuck your chin. So you release the weight of your head. You're breathing still. You've got your outer feet pressing the outer ankle bones off the ground. Can you pull from your feet to your knees? Can you push the tops of your thigh bones backward? And then inhale, coming back up. All right, we're going to come onto hands and knees. Widen your fingers. As wide as you can get them. We're going to do cat-cow. With your fingers wide, pull your lower ribs in. When you inhale, you lift your hips and your head. When you exhale, you go the other way, stretching your back. When you inhale, pull with your hands backward. When you exhale, push with your hands forward. Widen your toes. Keep breathing. Long, slow, deep breaths. All right, and then child's pose. Resting in child's pose. And shift yourself around. We're going to come into downward facing dog. You turn your toes under. You can widen your fingers, widen your toes. And you lift your hips and your head up. And when you exhale, you lift your hips into the air and you drop your head down. Tuck your chin in. Turn your inner thighs, the inner chips of your knees backward. Come backward through your big toes. Tuck your chin in, tuck your tummy in, bring your front hip bones in. Find these triceps at the back of your upper arms. All right, we'll walk the feet forward. Bring your abdomen towards your thigh. If you bend your knees, bend your knees. You're going to hold on to your legs. You'll put your elbows on your thighs. If you want to release the base of your neck, you want to release the lower back and the base of your neck. If you're bending your knees, try not to let them go sideways. Keep that internal. And then when you inhale, you lift yourself up. All right. We're going to do triangle pose. Same poses again and again. Different day. Lots of wind today. All right, so as you go to your right, pull your legs in. Get this outer left thigh to work. The front. This is an internal. We did this before. Bring your feet in, turn your toes out, and then bend your knees. Now feel the angle here at the tops of your thighs. Now maybe your knees hardly go wide at all. Maybe they go right out sideways. But this is the opening without tilting yourself forwards. Stand up straight. Right, so when you come into your triangle stance, you're not taking this backward, but this may be the only angle that you get because that's what your hip's doing today. As you stretch it all out. Pull your legs in. Widen the bones of your feet. And when you come into your triangle pose, can you get the lower ribs not to come away from your front leg, but to come towards your front leg? You use this right hand somehow. Now, do you want to bring your left hand to your hip? Do you want to bring your left hand around behind you toward the top of your right thigh? Does that help you open this chest? Don't let your head fall. Bring your left ear towards your left shoulder, the top of your left arm. Yeah. But don't forget to breathe. Can you elongate, push down with your feet, pull in with your legs, lengthen the spine, bring the back of your head away from your tailbone, away from your lower back, and inhale, come back up. We'll come around the other side. And roll on your feet. Alright, so widen your feet, bones of your feet. Pull it in, get your thigh muscles to work. Pull these in so your lower back is open and you're supporting the front side of the sacrum. And don't lose any of this. So that when you come out, keep all this muscular strength. Don't be sloppy. Don't find the journey. Don't get to the end before you know how you got there. You weren't paying attention how you got there. Keep your legs pulling in. Get your front hip bones coming. Get your lower back open. These lower ribs, they're coming toward. Bring your right ear towards your right shoulder. Can you keep the top of, get these outer left thigh to work? I want this to have a forward rather than a backward. You want to line it up. You want to line your spine up with your leg, with your front leg. When you're in there, you come back up. Take a few breaths through your nose. All right. I'm going to do warrior one to the right, to your right. So as you inhale and bring your arms out and around and up. You got a big step out. You got your legs working. You got these front hip bones coming in. So this isn't pushing forward. This is being drawn backward. And bend your front knee. Now feel it all. Go back to your feet. Got the outside edges, the inside edges of your feet. Got arches in your feet. So if you press down into gravity, as you push down to gravity, and now can you lift your rib cage? Can you hold the weight of your head? So. All right, then when you exhale, bring your hands down, push your palms toward the floor. Drop your shoulder blades down, lift the back of your head up. Going to do it one more time. When you inhale, you come back up. Go down through your feet, come up with your fingers. When you exhale, push down with your hands, push down through your feet, lift up to the back of your spine, and then inhale, come back up. We'll come the other side. Bones of your feet, front hip bones, lower back is opening, lower ribs are coming in, base of the breastbone's coming backward. When you inhale, you bring your arms up. So when you bend your front leg, let this come around, this right hip come around. Pull your belly backward, these lower ribs backward. And then when you're ready, exhale. As you exhale, push down with your hands, push down with your feet. Lift up through the back of your body, through your back ribs. You're going to bring your arms up again. And when you exhale and you push down, there's two ways to work. Gravity holds you down, you push down into it, but then you lift away. There's an equal opposite thing here. All right, then come back up. All right, as you bend your knees and hang down over your legs, your lymphatic system relies on muscle contraction. So you got all these lymph nodes here and here. So just even hanging forward, letting your head hang down, is going to activate the lymphatic system, getting it into your brain, into your head, into your throat, into your armpits. All right, and inhale, we'll stand up. And how's your breath? And roll your shoulders. Bring one elbow forward at a time. All right. We're going to do Warrior Two, Virabhadrasana 2. To the right, to your right. Pull your legs in. You're not trying to keep your hips square to the front. I've said that to you again and again and again. Not trying to keep the hips square to the front. This is an internal here. This is an internal here. We tend to, as our posture collapses, we tend to open the front and close off the back. We're trying to reverse that aging stuff. So you can pull your legs in, level off your hips. Open up through your lower back, strengthen your lower front. Keep your legs, keep these abdominals, bring your front hip bones toward one another. And when you pull backward through your right foot, and you turn your face, what about this thigh here? What's happening? This thigh here, can you get these? Can you engage these thigh muscles here? You've got action in this heel. Push down, lift up, stretch it out. Lower your chin, soften your throat. Breathe. Can you bring your fingertips away from the base of your neck? All right, then inhale, coming back up. We'll come around the other side. You know, the breath, if you don't get the breath right, is so hard. I mean, it's nice to, when you exhale, when you move into a pose, you exhale your breath. When you lift up out of a pose, you inhale your breath. But don't let that be something that gets you too confused. This comes in, this comes in, this goes wide, this goes wide. So can you bring your fingertips, your longest fingertips away from the base of your neck? Get your legs working, got the thigh, lift your kneecaps. So you're getting your thigh muscles to work. When you then pull backward through this right foot, can you get your calf muscles to work? Can you keep your knee? Well, track the knee in line with your second toe. So if your knee's going inward or outward, don't go quite so far. Relax your joint and from the outside right foot to the left knee. Now, you got these coming in. Can you bring this right shoulder, this right collarbone away from your left thumb? Soften your face. Soften your face. When you inhale, you come back up. Keep your feet wide. Start interlacing your fingers behind your back. exhale. We're going to come into a forward fold, and if you need to bend your knees, if you need to put your hands to your thighs, your elbows to your thighs, then by all means. So like this, without cutting rid of this. You lift your chest high, you lift your collarbones high and wide, so that when you then come forward, again, here's the lymphatic system, head lower than your heart. We need to keep the lymphatic system working. We need to keep the immune system working. Can you turn the inner chips of your knees backward? The inner thighs backward. Come backward through your big toes. From your big toes to your heels. Push your hands away from the base of your neck. Use your feet. And inhale. Maybe you can come up with your hands back here. Maybe you have to put your hands on your knees. Whatever works for you is what you need to do, because it'll be different another time. We're going to do tree pose. So, if you need the wall, go to the wall. If you need to keep your toes on the ground, keep your toes on the ground. As you bring your hands into prayer, can you narrow your front and open your back? So instead of letting all the muscles in the back come toward the spine, the buttock muscles, these back muscles, can they come away from? It's going to push down with your feet. If you divide that dividing line just below your waistline, that's what goes with gravity. This is the ground level. These are the roots of the tree. This is the trunk. These are the branches. Front hip bones come in. When you bring your hands together above the crown of your head, lift the crown of your head toward the heels of your hands. When you inhale, you stretch it right up again. When you exhale, you come around, hands come back. Toes forward. Widen the bones of your feet. Don't collapse the arch. Got arches on your feet? You need arches on your feet. You need at least one. You could work on 3, but let's just work on that inner big toe side of your foot. If your hips have gone sideways, if you collapse this right side, hold yourself up, push like this again. If this is ground level, this is energy goes down. Now, all of this energy comes up and out. The trunk, the branches, the roots, go down. When you bring your hands together, lift the crown of your head up so you're getting the throat deep, the back of your skull's off the top of your spine. When you inhale, you stretch it right up. When you exhale, you'd come around, hands come back. Shake your legs. Long, slow, deep breaths. Can you use all the parts of your lungs? Can you get your breath into your back, into these side ribs? We're going to do extended lateral angle. I know sometimes I say this, but we're not going to stay there. And you'll get better at it. To your right, big step out. Left hand to your left leg, right hand comes toward the ceiling. Pull these hip bones in, pull these lower ribs in, pull the base of your breastbone in. And when you bend your right knee, you let the top of your left thigh sink down. And you lift up and you open up this entire right side. Can you straighten your elbow? And you then come out over your right leg. Push with your right arm. Don't let your top of your arm fall into your neck. Now, modify it however you need to. The pose is to come from your outer left foot, through the hip, through the shoulder to the hand. Don't rest on this right arm. Now, if you think, don't take your hips backward. Keep the top of the thigh line with your ankle, with your heel. If you thought you could come down to the top of your ankle, you could push down there. And again, bring your right ear, your left ear towards your left arm. And inhale, coming back up. However it is that coming back up works for you. We'll come around the other side. I'm going to move your shoulders, I'm going to move your ribs. You want your skin to move over your muscles. It's the fascial tissue, you don't want to be stuck. So second side, pull your legs in. When you bring your Right hand to your right leg. You bring your left hand up. Now pull this in, push down, lift up to the crown of your head. All right, so when you bend your right knee, maybe you have to change your feet. So you stretch up, you open up this entire right side. And when you come out over, don't rest there. Stretch. Go down through from your back waist, go down. Press your feet down, pull your feet in. Now, can you lengthen the back of your head away from your lower back? Now again, if you think you want to come down, don't go backward. If you go backward, you've lost the way gravity works for you. You breathing? All right, then when you inhale and you come back up, turning your feet. All right, see about jumping the back. If not, then heel toe. All right, we're going to come onto our back. Stretch out your spine as you come down onto your back. We're going to do half camel, or not half camel, half bridge. So if it works for you to hold on to your ankles, hold on to your ankles. If not, then hold on to the edges of your mat, thumbs on top. All right, so if you, before you lift your hips up, if you pull energy from your toes, you pull the energy of your feet towards you to get your hamstrings to work. And that in the cheeks of your body, skin of the backs of your thighs. So you're using gravity. Push down with your arms, collarbones wide. Push down with your feet, and then lift yourself up. And tuck one shoulder blade at a time under. Deepen your throat. Long, slow, deep breaths. If you were to draw circles around your feet, it would come backward through the big toe. Can you engage your inner ankles? You want to interlace your fingers under your back? All right, so from your shoulders, from the base of your neck, slowly roll yourself back down. And then go side to side with your knees. Unpinch your back if it's pinched. All right. Let's come on to our tummy. Let's do Sphinx pose. So with your forearms. Widen your fingers, longest fingers forward, thumbs inward, pull energy backward through your thumbs, pull energy backward through the fronts of your armpits. Widen your toes. All right, so the base of your neck, pull energy backward through your arms, forward with your legs, your belly, you're working your belly, your front hip bones, your lower ribs, the base of your breastbone. Front side of the spine is important. So when you start lifting the base of your neck up, there's your back bend. Then you want to turn your face forward, great. But your back bend is from the base of your, that's it. Okay, the back bend is from the base of your body, the base of your spine, to the base of your neck. Pull your arms, pull backward through your arms. Pull forward with your legs. You relax your jaw and your tongue. Widen your collarbones, lift them high, widen them. Don't squeeze your buttocks toward one another. Bring your front hip bones toward one another so you open up your lower back. Are you breathing? Long, slow, steady breaths. Or then when you exhale, come back down. Rest your head on your arms or your hands, or turn your face. Whatever you'd like. We're going to do Cobra. If Cobra doesn't work, do Sphinx again. Again, the energy is backward through your arms, through your hands, your thumbs, the front of your armpits, forward through the tops of these front hip bones come in. Again, if you thought about your back from the base of your spine to the base of your neck, keep your chin tucked in. So when you start lifting yourself up there, there's your back bend. It's not letting your head fall back. It's not letting your shoulders fall up. Your back bend from the base of your lower back to your lower neck. Pulling backward through your thumbs. You're pushing down the toes of the ground. You've got your front thigh muscles to work. Again, you're not squeezing your buttocks in. You're hugging your front hip bones in. When you exhale, you come back down. You want to stay on your tummy, you want to come into child's pose. Long, slow breaths. We're going to try upward facing dog. Out. I want to come onto your hands and your knees. You happy on your tummy coming into this? So when you're ready, we're going to bring the tops of your arms over your wrists. We're going to drop the tops of the thighs down. Widen it. If your toes have turned in, turn them backward. Now you've got your front hip bones, you've got the base of your breastbone going backward. You've got the tops of your arms coming backward, you've got the base of your neck coming backward. Maybe you can lift your knees up. The back bend comes from, again, 50 times. If I said it again, 1,000, from the base of your spine to the base of your neck. So it's not crunching the base of your neck. That's not holding the weight of your head up. Or then come back. Child's pose. Long, slow, deep breaths. All right. Downward facing dog. Now, feel free to comment on my videos here. Someone said I held down dog too long. Let's all come down. I won't hold it so long today. Okay? All right. So again, widen your fingers as wide as you can get them. Line up the heels of your hands. Turn your toes under. When you lift your knees off the ground, line up your feet. Check your hands, come backward through your thumbs, come backward through your big toes, bring the inner chip of your knees and inner thighs backward, and lock your knees. Can you turn the crease of your elbows forward so the tricep muscles come in under the humerus bone without losing the backward through your thumbs? Got your front hip bones coming in, got your lower ribs coming in. So you're not letting your lumbar spine sag. You're not letting your throat sag. You're holding it all. Now, okay, so this gravitational thing, push down with your feet, push down with your hands. Lift the hip crease, lift the tops of your thighs up. Using gravity, defying gravity. Front hip bones, lower ribs, tuck your chin in. How's the base of your neck feel? All right, and then come back down. Child's pose, just rest. Long, slow breaths. All right, let's try side plank. I'm going to do forearm. I say the same thing again. Let's see your best. You can't let this collapse. If you need this top of this arm to come into the shoulder so you can lift these ribs. If you want to do, then you'd line yourself up. So you'd like the elbow, the hips, the feet to line up. And you'd lift yourself up. Don't collapse here. You want to take this arm up? No. Maybe you did a forearm or a full arm. Whether you did or not, do you want to bring your foot in? You're breathing, don't forget to breathe. You take your knee toward the ceiling if that's what you're going to do. The thigh bone on your hip. Then come back down. Take a few breaths. You want to roll your shoulders around. We'll do the other side. So again, elbow, if you're doing a full arm, your fingers point away that way. So hand, hips, feet. Now if you're doing a forearm, don't collapse it. You need to be able to lift these ribs off the ground so your spine is in a long line. You're not collapsing the spine toward the floor. You're holding, opening the base of your neck. Yeah? So when you lift yourself up, if you're going to, you go, this side, I've got this shoulder thing going on this side. It doesn't work on this side. Yeah? Use this thumb. Deepen your throat. Don't forget to breathe. Again, if you want to take your knee toward the ceiling, you're welcome to do that. Don't collapse this shoulder. If you can't manage the shoulder, it's time for you to come down. It's time to come down. Yeah? So, inversion time, or your arms. So, what have you been working on? Sometimes try something new. Try something new sometimes. If you're going to start doing headstand, use the wall. If you're going to start doing headstand, I would have you interlace your fingers, bring the heels of your hands apart, and hug your elbows in. You don't have to. They don't have to come toward one another. You don't want them to come toward you, but you want to hug them in so you can feel the muscles of your back. You can feel the muscles of your chest, and until you can do that, don't do headstand. Don't do headstand. So you can pause here. You can do shoulder balance. You put your legs up in the wall. I'm going to back up. So if I lose it, I don't fall off my left. I fall over the edge. So the little finger sides of your wrists need to be on the ground. So maybe this is all you get. Yeah? Okay, that's all I got. Maybe I take one leg up. Oh, I got it. It won't work. I've got the wall in the way. Could have worked great. Yeah. You have to keep that upper body working to do headstand. You have to keep the upper body working to do shoulder stand, to do crow pose. To do any of it, you have to keep it working. All right, and when you come back, so say, I know some of you work on 2 or 3 things, and you hold them longer than I would be holding them here. So pause the thing. Do what works for you. We're going to sit up then. Bring your legs up, or bring your legs wide. You want some circles with your feet? All right. Push your hands out and pull your legs in. With your little second toes to go close in. Don't lose your feet. If your big toes are closer to you, you're not working these inner thighs. You want these inner thighs and inner knees to go toward the floor, the inner heel to go toward the floor. All right, so what we're going to do is bring the right hand to the inside of the right leg, palm turns up. Palm easy. Keep your feet. So here you are. Bring your right hand to your right top of your right thigh. Keep your feet. Turn your thought. Get this action here. So maybe this is as far as you go. If you can bring these left ribs under. You'll see. If you can bring these left ribs under, the right ribs will lift up. Maybe bring your hand closer to your foot. Maybe this arm comes here. Maybe keep it here. Maybe it comes to the outside of your foot. Turn your inner thighs, that left inner thigh. You inhale and you come back up. All right, we'll bring the left hand palm up, right hand to the top of your right thigh. Hold it down. Fix your feet. As you're lifting, you have to defy gravity here. You're pushing down, but you're lifting up to turn. And maybe you can come out further. Maybe this is all you got. Wait for the exhalation parts of your breath. Maybe this comes up and over. And don't force it. Wait for it. Wait for it. Keep this leg, top of the thigh, coming toward the ground. Use gravity to push into it, lift away from it. When you inhale, coming back up. We're going to do Paschimottanasana. Again, if your big toes are coming closer to you than your little toes, then fix that. So you've got this. This is your gravitational thing. This is your defying gravity. We talked about the lower back, the sacrum. Pull these front hip bones in because you want to be able to move from here. If you're not pulling this in, then you're not opening up your lower back, and then you're just going to be stuck there. collarbones high. If you need to bend your knees, bend your knees. What about the base of your neck? Can you lift the base of your neck away from your lower back? Maybe. Big toes, little toes, wider little toes. Find your inner legs. Long, slow breaths. If you can't do that, if you can't keep your feet even, then put them against the wall or put them against something. Now, so you've got the little toe, big toe, roll from that way. And walk one at a time backward. And front hip bones come in, lower ribs come in, collarbones lift away from the pubis. Release your neck. If it feels like your spine is bending backward, can you bring your spine forward? And coming back up. We're going to lie back. Stretch your spine out. And if it's not stretched out, when you get there, roll side to side. We're going to cross the right thigh over the left and stretch your arms out. Use your fingers. No, use your hands. There's your gravity. Tuck your left hip under. And as you bring your right foot towards your left calf, now keep that, bring your front hip bones in, so that when you start bringing your legs over to the left side, you'll turn your face to the right. You're using your left knee, your left leg to bring your right hip up and over. Keep breathing. Long, slow, deep breaths. Tuck your tummy in. Bring the base, feel what's happening at the base of your breastbone. And then inhale, coming back up. As you put your right foot down, fix your back and cross your left thigh over your right. Sorry. I think I've got it and then I haven't. Alright, so again, tuck your right hip under, stretch your fingers, pull your left foot towards your right calf, pull your front hip bones in. So when you come over to your right side with your legs, you're using your right leg to bring your left thigh over. It's going to lift the left hip off the lower back. Pull your belly in. Don't forget to breathe. Long, slow breaths. All right, and then when you inhale, come back up. All right, we're going to do Shavasana. So, settle yourself. Spread it out. Let everything open up. Your legs roll out, your arms roll out, your fingers are soft, your big toes are wider than your heels. Your chin is lower than your forehead. Let your forehead be flat. Relax your temples in that space just in front of your ears. Yeah, just relax. Whether you count your breath, whether you watch the direction of it, whether you've got a mantra, now I'm inhaling, now I'm exhaling, just calm yourself. You've changed everything internal. Your lymphatic system, your respiratory system, your circulatory system, your glandular system, your central nervous system, all of it's different now. So pause and pay attention. Pause and feel what you've got.